Just got off the phone with my mom. I ended up talking to her for about 30 minutes on this documentary and telling her that she needs to watch it as soon as possible. She said she was going to watch it this weekend, not because, it's like an entertainment situation. It's important. I feel like I was super emotional for me because I feel like this week has come full circle. I'm studying to be an elementary school teacher, and I'm taking a diversity in the classroom course that really focuses on literacy. And we have about 6 young adult books that we need to read. And one of them is this book called Ghost Boys. And it talks about this 12-year-old boy being shot in the back by a police officer as he's trying to run away. He's playing with a toy gun, and the police officer thinks it's real, but without giving him a chance to put it down or anything like that, he just gets shot in the back. And it's talking about how he's now a ghost and he's seeing everything that's happened after his death. And Emmett Till ends up being another ghost that kind of guides him through the process of accepting what happened to him and showing him that it's never going to be okay and the fight is going to happen for as long as it takes. But what really, really got me was in the book, Emmett is talking to Jerome, who's the character that got shot, and explaining to him what happened to him and explaining that his mom had an open casket and he was all over the news and everything like that. And actually seeing that picture after I read that book was a lot for me, because it's different when you're reading a young adult book about it and then seeing like the graphic horror of what it was. It's a lot. It's disgusting. I don't even have words to describe. So that was one part of the movie that really I was shaking through. I was shaking through the majority of it. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. I wasn't expecting that because I wasn't expecting it to go that deep. I grew up in a middle class to a community, high class as well, white. We had maybe 2 black students in all of my years in public school, and no diversity at all. So these topics were kind of not talked about. Like, we went over Black history, but we didn't go over it in depth because it wasn't something that was the teachers thought was relevant to us since we were all white. But yeah, it's just, I can't even, as a future elementary school teacher too, I think about my future students and my future students that are Black and Latino, and even for everybody that's of a different background that's dealing with the discrimination of our country. I want to be that change, and I want to be that advocate, because it's a real issue in America that's not going away. And people say that it's getting better, and people say that change is happening. But I kind of talked about this in class when Angela was talking about, as a child, the bombing that happened down the road in Birmingham at their local church, and those girls that were killed, and the Charleston bombing that just happened a few years ago, and the parallels that have at the end of the movie with Trump at his rallies saying the disgusting, things to his allies and his supporters, and comparing it to what was going on in the civil rights movement. As an outsider, yeah, it does look like it's getting better. It looks like things are turning in a positive direction. And I mean, I hope that they are. I want to believe that people are, you know, our politicians are seeing that, but I don't know. I don't know. Especially that documentary was in 2016. That's 2 years ago. And like, what's like someone brought up in class just a few days last week, there was disgusting racism and hatred towards people protesting respectfully for what they believe in, and they're getting harassed. Yeah, I don't know. My thoughts are all over the place. And obviously a huge part of this was the criminal justice system and how biased and how just biased, and they continue to reword their same agenda over and over again to make it seem like it is more progressive and things are changing and things are getting better, and we want to get these people out of jail, but I don't know. I know that's not the case. The statistic that really got me was lifetime likelihood imprisonment for a white man is 1 in 17. For black males, it's 1 in 3. Like, that is mind-blowing. It's not surprising to me because I knew that things were unfair and unjust, but that just like seeing that statistic is absolutely insane. And how I want to make the change, I want to, like I said, for my future students, I don't want to wait, and I don't want to just have empathy and sympathy for them when they come into the classroom, knowing what they have to deal with from the public perception and also in their own communities. And I want to take action, and I want to get involved, and I want to go to Black Lives Matter meetings. I know that was something that was brought up for one of our service opportunities. So that's definitely something that I'm interested in. I'm excited and want to go to the event that you're having. The Black Heroes event is really intriguing to me. I want to get involved in local events that may not be getting as much publicity but matter. And so I hope I'm going to do that. And when the time comes for me to be in that classroom and have, I don't know how much diversity I'm going to have because I don't know where I'm going to end up at, but I know that I have done my part to make the world a better place for those students and hopefully make, their lives easier and continue to be that change and an ally for people of different backgrounds because they deserve it. And they are the biggest inspiration to me. It's just very important, and it's necessary, and the change starts with all of us, and we have to make it happen.